Highland Falls by Blag, Dahlia. Chapter 1. Pop-Tarts and Limousines. Nina West rode a bicycle in spite of the virtues of physical fitness. Though to drive was the dream of every suburban something-year-old, she preferred to pedal or hitchhike as the mood struck her. It was a mood that changed as often and as maddeningly as the definition of virtue itself. The moment she treasured most was returning home, setting her things down and basking in the delicious warmth of solitude. After 3 minutes of this, she'd get bored. Masturbation was too easy, but often she did it anyway. With 3 blocks to go and visions of blueberry Pop-Tarts in her head, a long black limousine sideswiped the bicycle, knocking Nina to the ground. In the blackness behind her eyes, entire universes were created, matured, and collapsed. She worked out a unified field theory in physics and hit upon a way to make the United States Congress function rationally, then awoke to a pair of concerned brown eyes set beneath a pompadour shellacked with product until its rigid glory purred, "Tease me." No stranger to a warm back seat, Nina came to her senses as the limo glided through darkening streets without regard for dogs or pedestrians, the driver cursing in a guttural Spanish. "Where am I?" "You had an accident, young lady, most unfortunate, but we are rushing to see that you get excellent medical attention immediately." She heard the mock concern in that honey-dripping voice, sensed the faux sincerity in those eyes, even as she noted Highland Hospital receding in the rearview mirror. She wondered if this was an abduction and how the kidnappers could possibly be this cute, an alluring scent wafting from her seatmate's smoothly shaven face, his suit so impeccably tailored he could have wandered in off the set of a telenovela. A few blocks later, undeterred by a flashing red light blinking in the intersection, the driver pulled into a hidden driveway, entered a pass code, and descended into an underground parking garage. "Where are you taking me?" asked Nina, her voice steady. These guys just didn't seem like criminals, more like international frat boys out for a night on the town. The driver parked and then sprang from the car, running full speed for the elevator. The gentleman in the back exited gracefully, then turned and offered his hand to Nina as she got out. "Where are my manners? I was so very concerned with your well-being that I have forgotten to introduce myself. Fernando di Gaspera at your service. And you are?" "I'm Nina, and my head hurts." She chomped her teeth together a couple of times to complete the joke, but Fernando didn't get it. Ascending in the elevator, they arrived at a luxurious suite of offices where a kindly man in hospital scrubs said, "Buenos dias, señorita. I am Dr. Bolbon. Have a seat here and follow the beam of my flashlight with your eyes, please." After 30 minutes of testing to determine the extent of Nina's injuries, the doctor pronounced her perfectly healthy and made a quick exit along with the visibly relieved driver. Nina wondered why she hadn't been asked to remove her clothes for the examination. Not that there was any practical reason to, but it might have been fun. "Miss West, it appears that your unfortunate mishap has left you none the lesser, and for that I am overjoyed. Won't you join me for supper?" "Where are we exactly?" "Forgive me, you are a guest of the Bolivian Embassy of Greater Chicago, Highland Falls Annex, and the chef here makes a fine lomo montado, I can assure you." The lomo was indeed fine, as was the ceviche, while the dolce de membrillo was just a tad quince-heavy. Relaxing over drinks in the library with its mahogany paneling and 20-foot arch ceiling, Nina ruminated on what exactly these Bolivians had done to get exiled from Chicago proper to the posh hinterlands of Highland Falls. No doubt it involved something shady with just a hint of nepotism and a soupçon of stupidity. She felt one of her little moments start to come on and welcomed the distraction. These spells, a mild form of epilepsy, had concerned her late parents greatly, but Nina reasoned it was better than having the writhing on the floor with a spoon in your mouth variety. By this point, she even enjoyed these little vacations from reality. They seemed to disorient everyone except herself. "Miss West, are you feeling all right? Would you like to lie down a moment?" The Bolivian took her in his arms then and carried her to a divan, slightly more legitimate concern now spreading over his attractive features. Nina woke from her reverie, kissing him full on the mouth, and grabbed at his cock. By the time they reached the sofa, Digaspora had come in his pants and apologized profusely for it, first in Spanish and then English. Nina struggled to keep from laughing, while Fernando appeared to shrink in his now somewhat more peccable suit. "You half-baked aristocrats almost killed me with your car. Then instead of taking me to a hospital, you took me here just to cover your ass. Now when I want to fuck, you can't even do that right. Maybe it's time you thought about how to get on my good side, Senor Greasy Drawers." Nina was not smiling as she delivered the rebuke. She rarely did. Men lying or scheming or obsessing at least piqued her morbid curiosity, but premature creamers just made her angry. Digaspora liked to say that he hated America but loved American women. This was the side of them he could do without. Maintaining hope that a mutually satisfying arrangement could still be made that didn't involve an international incident or his uncle Alejandro's private militia, he asked, "How can I be of service to you, Ms. West?"